People say love is tested in hard times, but what happens when the person you thought would stand by you is the first to leave? My name is Daniel, and this is the story of how the woman I loved left me when I lost my job, and how years later she came back only to find I was no longer the man she left behind. Before you judge me for what I did, hear the whole story. 2 years earlier, my life looked like something out of a dream. I had a stable job as a project manager at a respected tech firm in Accra. I woke up each day excited, not just for work, but because I would get to see Amma. She was my girlfriend of 3 years, my safe place. We had plans, a small wedding by the beach, kids running around in the garden, maybe even a house on the outskirts of the city. She used to look at me with those big brown eyes and say, "Daniel, with you, I feel safe." I believed her. Then, one Thursday afternoon, everything changed. My boss called me into his office. I thought it was for a new project, but instead, he closed the door and sighed. "Daniel, you are one of our best, but the company is downsizing. We have to let you go." The words felt like stones dropping into my chest. I walked out with a box of my belongings, past colleagues who couldn't even look me in the eye. The sun outside felt colder that day. That night, I told Amma. She hugged me and said, "It's okay. We will get through this together." I wanted to believe her. I needed to believe her. For the first week, she stayed close, texting me during the day, bringing me food. But then the messages got shorter. The calls came less often. And I noticed her smile didn't reach her eyes anymore. Weeks turned into months. My savings were disappearing. I took small delivery jobs to pay rent and buy food. Amma began to complain about missing the old days. And then one evening, she said something I would never forget. "Daniel, I can't do this anymore. I need someone who can take care of me." That night, she packed her things. She didn't even look back. After she left, I fell into a darkness I'd never known. Days bled into nights. I would stare at the ceiling, wondering if I would ever be worth anything again. My friends tried to help, but I pushed them away. One morning, looking into the cracked mirror in my room, I saw a man I barely recognized. That's when I told myself, "Daniel, no one is coming to save you. Get up." I started sending out resumes again. I signed up for free online courses, often staying up until 3 a.m. learning new skills. Weeks later, I got a call from an old contact who ran a small startup. They needed a project manager. It wasn't glamorous, but it was a start. I threw myself into the work, giving 110%. Months passed, And little by little, the man in the cracked mirror began to change. My shoulders sat higher. My work had purpose again. The startup I joined began landing clients others thought were out of reach. Every late night, every extra hour I put in, it all started to pay off. My salary grew, but more importantly, my confidence returned. I moved into a bright, spacious apartment with a view of the city lights. I bought the modest car, not to show off, but because I could finally afford comfort without fear. And for the first time in a long time, I slept without worry. I was no longer the desperate man Amma had left. I was a man who had built himself from the ground up, stronger, wiser, and untouchable. One Sunday evening, my phone buzzed. I glanced at the screen and froze. It was Amma. "Hey, stranger," the message read. "I have been thinking about you. Can we talk?" For a moment, old memories flooded back. Her laughter, the way she used to hold my hand. But then another memory came. The night she walked out without looking back. My heart didn't race from love this time. It raced from curiosity. She arrived wearing the same perfume she used to, a scent that once made my heart skip. She smiled like nothing had happened. "Daniel, you look amazing," she said, her eyes scanning my new suit, my watch, the confidence in my posture. She spoke about missing me, about regretting her decision, and realizing what we had was special. But as I listened, something became crystal clear. She didn't miss me. She missed the comfort I could now provide. When she finished talking, she reached across the table for my hand. "Daniel, can we start over?" I took a deep breath, looked into her eyes, and said, "Amma, I wish you the best, but I have moved on." Her smile faltered. She tried to protest, but I stood up, paid for our drinks, and walked away. The weight I had carried for so long was gone. I didn't hate her. I just loved myself more now. These days, my life is full. I travel for work, I've made new friends, and I'm in no rush to find the one. If love comes, it will be with someone who stays through the storm, not just the sunshine. I have learned that not everyone who leaves is meant to return. And sometimes the best revenge is simply living well. So if you are listening to this, wondering if you should take back someone who walked away when you needed them most, ask yourself this: are they coming back for you or for what you can give them? Because love without loyalty is just convenience wearing a mask. And you deserve more than that. My name is Daniel, and I didn't take her back. Not because I couldn't, but because I finally learned I didn't need to.